one more example. Okay, then we will go for diagonal scale. Okay, these two are in your syllabus. Okay, so we will discuss these two. So before that, I would like to share my screen. And so the unit number one, again we are having these scales. Okay, now we will discuss one more problem in the plane scale. I think so. Have you understood previous problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anytime you can ask any doubt, just unmute yourself and discuss. Okay, don't delay to ask questions. Okay, now I'm reading one more problem for you. Construct a scale of 1 foot equal to 1.5 inch in drawing to read yards and feet and long enough to measure up to 4 feet. Now, anyone can tell me the formula or the value of representative fraction by reading this problem? What is RF? At least you tell me the formula. What is representative fraction? We have already done one.
Drawing size by actual size of object.
Okay. Now, can you tell me using that formula what is the RF from the given problem? What is the drawing size? What is the actual size?
So 1 by 1.5.
1 by 1.5. Is it correct? Anybody else? Is it correct? Drawing, what is the drawing size? What is the actual size? See here, 1 foot is the actual object size. That is little bit larger compared to the drawing size. We are representing drawing size 1.5 inch only. Okay, which is larger here, 1.5 inch or 1 foot?
1 foot.
So 1 foot. That means since we are discussing reduced size, right? So definitely the drawing size will be less. Okay, the object size will be more. Okay, because we are discussing a reduced size, right? So as per the formula, what is the numerator now? What is the denominator? For
1.5
calculating? Yes, 1.5 inch uh, divided by 1 foot. Okay, let us convert into same units. We will get the RF value. RF doesn't have any units, it's a ratio. Okay, so remember 1.5 is the drawing length. So we are representing 1 foot on the drawing sheet as 1.5 inch for convenience. Okay, we are reducing the actual size of the object. You have to remember. Okay, now let us convert into same units so that we will get one ratio. We will get one ratio, as you know that 1 foot equal to 12 inch. So if you convert into same units, then you will get one more ratio. Okay, you can simplify, but don't simplify further. You can simply keep it as 1 by 8 because we need to further multiply this RF with okay, maximum length to be measured, which is given 4 feet, right? For that, so keep it as 1 by 8 only. Okay, now tell me what is the length of the scale, the formula.
representative multiplied by max length. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, maximum length to be measured, that is given 4 feet. So please take that formula. That formula is common. Even these two formulas are common for construction of any scale, whether it is a plane scale or diagonal scale. Okay, Once again, I'm showing. You need to note down important data given in the problem, the relation between actual size and drawing size. Then thereafter, you take the ratio, drawing size by actual size. You will get representative fraction. That means in other words, what I say is the 1 by 8 means if the object is 8 units, we are reducing its size to 8 times. Okay, that is 1. So 8 becomes 1. So in that way we have done the reduction. So it is called representative fraction. So it shows basically the actual size and drawing size. How many times we have done the reduction. Okay. Now, so this what is this maximum length? Generally, for any design of any particular scale, the requirement according to the requirement. Okay, so I need 1 meter scale, or I need 30 centimeter scale, I need 15 centimeter scale, like that. So here the requirement is that scale must be useful for measuring up to 4 feet. So that is the given problem. You need not do anything with this value. Okay, so understand that one. Okay, now to construct that scale, I need some generally any scale design. It is having some length and width, right? On it, some marking is there, like centimeters, millimeters, like that. Okay. Similarly, this we supposed to design a scale that shows main units are yards and its subunits are feet. Okay. You need to know the relation between yards and feet. Okay. So let us discuss uh, the relation between yards and feet. Okay. Now, before that, you calculate length of the scale. So RF we have already done 1 by 8. Maximum length to be measured 4 feet. Now, what I said on the drawing mini drafter, you are having only centimeters, right? You don't find any feet. So please convert this feet into again centimeters. So 1 by 8 multiplied by 4 feet multiplied by 1 feet, 12 inch. You convert inches also into centimeters. Okay. What is 1 inch? How many centimeters?
2.5.
Yeah, 2.54. Can multiply it again with the 2.54. You would get some value. Okay. It can be 12.5 or 14 centimeter. Anybody calculated? Please tell me. Let me know that value.
15.24.
How much? 12 point?
15.24.
15.2.
15.2. Very good. 15.2 is the centimeter. With 15.2 centimeter, you can construct one rectangular box. Okay. And convert this length 15.2 centimeter into n number of equal parts. What I said, that n number of equal parts must be on basing upon which value. So we are having so much data here, right? Tell me how many number of equal parts that depends on which value.
Maximum.
RF or maximum length?
Maximum length.
Maximum length.
Maximum length, very good. So here maximum length is 4 feet. So you better you take 4 equal parts. So each part will be how much then?
1 feet.
1 feet, very good. Now you need not worry about this 15.2, whatever you have calculated. Understand this line represents 4 feet simply. Okay. So if you divide this into 4 equal parts, each part will be 1 feet or 1 foot. Okay. So that is the way you need to divide the given length into n number of equal parts. You know how to divide? How to divide? By using which method?
Line division.
Yeah, by using line division method. So you take any angular line, take 4 equal arcs, right? You can take 4 equal arcs on that angular line and join that last arc to the other end of the line 15.2 centimeter line, other end of that line, okay, because this is the starting point from where you have drawn the angular line. You can set your compass any radius, but you should draw 4 equal radius. The distance between this arc and this arc must be same, okay. That is the concept behind line division method, okay. If you take equal arcs here, you would get equal parts on the given line. Then you need to join the last arc to the other end of the line, match your mini drafter scale to that line, and tight the mini drafter knob, draw parallel lines from every arc, okay. So in this way you can divide the given length 15.2 centimeter automatically for equal parts. You can even check with your compass or divider, all parts are equal, okay. Now as I said, plane scale, it is having some width, okay. That width is having no importance, but you can take 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter width to show it as some scale, okay. And you have to draw 5 mm lines, okay. Write some RF value and yards, okay, and feet. I will explain later. First you divide and give the numbering system like this, okay. What I said, leave first part. I've explained in the previous problem. Leave this first part, starting with 0 here, 1, 2, 3. Now what does it mean? To the right hand side of my 0, I am having how many feet? To the right hand side of 0, how many feet are there?
3 feet.
3 feet. To the left hand side of 0, mark 1 feet. 1 foot is there, okay. So in this way we need to put the numbering system: 0 feet, 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, okay. And now the relation between yards and foot, okay, or foot and inches. You can use this scale for 2 different purposes, okay. In the problem nothing is mentioned what is to be marked on this scale, okay. So I will tell you, you can use this scale for 2 purpose. One purpose, you can relate foot and inch, and also you can relate uh, yard and foot, okay. So let us take the relation between foot and inch. Let us take, now do you remember what is the relation between 1 foot and inch? 1 foot is equal to how many inches?
12.
12.
12. So you can first draw one rectangular box. You draw one important line from 0, vertical lines from 1 to, that means 4 equal boxes we got, okay. Each each part will be 1 foot, okay. Now 1 foot equal to, as you said, 12 inches. So let us divide this first part again into 12 equal parts. You know how to divide again. Same procedure. You draw one inclined line of any length. Take your compass. Draw how many equal arcs?
12.
This time we need to draw 12 equal arcs, because 1 foot equal to 12 inches. Like that you have to draw. Take your scale, last arc we need to join to O, 0 line, okay. So this is the first line, which is important line. You need to draw with ordinary scale or mini drafter scale. Better you use mini drafter scale. Before that you need to use the mini drafter scale properly, loose the knob, okay. Then match this line, draw this line and type the mini drafter knob. So see that the one of the mini drafter scales matching to this line, okay. Thereafter simply move the drafter from various arcs, okay. You would get parallel lines like this. That means you are dividing the first part 1 foot into equal number of divisions, so that each division will be 1 inch. Yes or no? So you can name it as 1 inch, 2 inch, like that, from 0 to, that means from right to left, starting from 0. Okay. Now you can even draw vertical lines like this to represent each division will be 1 inch. Okay. Now, so construction of the scale is over, right? Now I will ask you, can you mark with help of the scale? If I given you mark a distance of 2 feet and 7 inches on this particular scale, can you mark? Anyone? How to mark 2 feet 7 inches?
We have to draw the vertical line from 2 feet, and from the left side we have to draw it 7 inches.
Correct. Okay, you need to draw two vertical lines, one from 2 feet, and to the left hand side of 0, you would get 1/7 inch here. Okay, I have shown you only 0, 6, and 12, but in between you can note down 1, 2, 3, and at 7 you need to draw one vertical line. Okay, and leaving 1 centimeter gap between the main rectangular box, you can draw one horizontal line that represents the dimension line. Upon it, you mark, you write 2 feet 7 inches. Okay, so in this way, you need to construct a plane scale. Suppose the same problem, if I want to use uh, in relating yards and uh, feet, okay, then I will modify this problem, right? So what I have to do, suppose it is not the relation between foot and inch, if it is the relation between yards and feet. Now tell me what will happen for this construction. What are the modifications to be done? Anyone in the class? Suppose forget about this foot I have written here. Okay, if you write here yard, 1 yard, all to the right hand side of 0 mark, all these are yards, 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yards. Okay, to the left hand side I left one part blank, so it is one complete yard. Okay, now instead of relating foot and inch, if you want to relate yard and foot, what is the modification to be done to this construction? Anyone in the class?
We have to divide part into 3 parts.
Correct. Here, because yard is equal to only 3 feet, so instead of dividing these 12 parts, we need to take only 3 parts. That is the only difference. So here it is not specifically given in the problem what is to be marked on the scale. Okay, is asking. So there is no specific question in this particular problem, but uh, you can take these two problems. Okay, using this problem, you can extend this problem. You can write it. Okay, relate. You can mark 2 yards, 2 yards or 2 feet, something like that. You can frame questions. Okay, and you can answer on the drawing sheet. Okay. So once again, calculate RF and length of the scale as usual. Okay, since this is a length problem, you need not take square root of the drawing size by actual size in the RF calculations. Okay, if it's area problem only, then you can take square root. Volume problem, cubic root. Okay, so he has given 4 feet distance, so you can take 4 equal parts for convenience. Okay, now numbering system. You need to write importantly RF value compulsory on the drawing sheet just below the diagram by drawing 5 mm lines. Okay, right hand side of 0 mark you need to write foot major unit. Okay, and its subunit inch to the left hand side of the 0 mark. Okay. So anyway, at the height of the rectangular box, you can choose 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter. It is not of that much importance technically. Okay. Thereafter, divide the first part again, 12 equal parts. Assuming that we are relating foot and inch, we supposed to mark a distance of 2 feet 7 inches. Okay. Somewhere, if you can write the question, if you are interested in the given problem that is not mentioned. So this is the specific question. Okay. With the help of this scale, you need to mark. Let us take a one bit. You can take mark a distance of 2 feet and 7 inches on the scale. So this is the question, specific question. Okay. So okay, the relation between is foot and inch. You divide this first part again, 12 equal parts. Okay. So from 0, you need to name these divisions as 1 inch, 2 inch, from right to left. Okay. So you can easily, in this way, you can easily mark any value. For example, 1 foot 9 inches. You can mark one vertical line here at 1 and 9th inch. Okay, here somewhere 9th inch. You can mark one vertical line with the help of mini drafter. Okay, you can draw one horizontal line that represents the dimension line. On it, you need to show. You need to write 1 foot 9 inches. Okay. So is there any doubt? Specific doubt is there?
Oh, sir.
Okay. Now let us move on to diagonal scale. Okay. Yeah, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Now I'm reading the problem. You read the problem carefully. Okay. An area of 144 square centimeter on a map represents an area of 36 square kilometer on the field. Find the RF of the scale for this map and draw a diagonal scale to show kilometers, hectometers, decameters, and measure up to 10 kilometers. Indicate on the scale. This is the specific question. Okay, after construction is over, you need to mark a distance of 7 kilometers, 5 hectometers, and 6 decameters. Okay, 6 decameters. So, do you know the relation between kilometers, hectometers? Anybody? 1 kilometer is equal to how many hectometers? 1 hectometer equal to how many decameters? Do you remember?
1 kilometer.
10, I
hectometers.
think 10.
1 kilometer is equals to 10 hectometers.
Okay, 1 hectometer again. How many decameters?
10
10.
10. Okay, you need to keep in mind all these unit conversion. Okay, I think I have given you some chart, right? All the units.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can you calculate what is RF by reading this problem? What is the drawing size and what is the actual size? An area of 144 square centimeter on a map represents an area of 36 square kilometer on the field, some agriculture field. Okay, some land. Field means some land. Okay. Now tell me, what is RF? What is the formula? Yeah, anyone? Anyone?
So 144 by 36.
144 by 36. Very good. So 144 square centimeter on a map. Map means it's nothing but a drawing only, right? So that is the drawing size. But remember, it is given in square centimeter or centimeter square. That units are important because we need to convert into same units. Okay. to get the final representative fraction RF. So an area that represents an area of 36 square kilometer on the field. On the field means its actual area, right? It's actual object. Okay. So that is the ratio. You calculate what you have to take, square root or cubic root here.
Square
Square.
Okay, by mistake, if you did not take in this square root, you would get different answer. Okay, you must take square root because it is area problem to convert into our linear problem. Okay, so here you see the relation between it is given 144 square centimeter equal to 36 square kilometer. By reading this relation, you can able to understand what is the drawing size and what is the object size. I said already, drawing size is compared to the object size, it's less in case of reduced scale, what we are discussing, right? So you take square root and uh, insert the values, convert into same units, right? So convert into same units. So this 144 centimeter square becomes 12 centimeter and 36 becomes 6. Kilometer square becomes kilometer, right? Because I am applying square root. Okay. Now again, 12 centimeter will be 12 centimeter only, but in the denominator you are having kilometer. 6 multiplied by 1 kilometer equal to how many meters? 1 kilometer.
1000.
1000.
1000.
Again, 1000 is in meters, right? So again, you need to convert or multiply this meter. You remove this meter and take 100 centimeter. 1 meter equal to how many centimeters?
100.
100. Now, the numerator in centimeter, denominator also in centimeters. Now you can see the complete RF ratio, okay, without any units. So it is, which is equal to 1 by 50,000. Okay, you can calculate. If you are having any calculator with you, please calculate. You will get 1 by 50,000. But don't simplify further. Leave it as 1 by 50,000. Okay. So after calculating RF, next, what is the next step?
Length of scale.
Length of the scale calculation. Okay, because we need to design the scale on the drawing sheet, right? By taking some length and width. Okay, to show on it some kilometer, hectometer, decameters, right? So before, so it is very common procedure for even we are applying for diagonal scale. We are in diagonal scale. We are not doing now plane scale. Why this diagonal scale concept has come, I will explain. Just calculate how to calculate length of the scale, multiplying RF with the maximum length. What is the maximum length required in the given problem? Maximum length has been measured.
10
How much? 10 kilometers. Very good, 10 kilometers. So you can calculate by multiplying this RF with the maximum length to be measured 10 kilometer. However, again you need to convert this kilometer into centimeter. So first 1 kilometer 1000 meters. Again 1000 meters you multiply with 100 centimeter. So what is the value you will get? Please note down. Everybody calculated? If you are having calculators, please tell me the answer.
20.
20 centimeter. Very good. 20 centimeter. Everybody getting the same answer? You can check. So as per plane scale, what is the procedure we have adopted? Almost the diagonal scale also having the same procedure. Okay, initially. Okay. So here first you take that 20 centimeter line, divide into equal number of parts, right? So tell me by reading the problem, how many number of equal parts?
10.
10. Very good. That is the maximum length to be measured. So if you divide this length into 10 equal parts, tell me each part will be how much value? don't tell 20 by 10 2. Okay, what does the meaning of this particular 20 centimeter in actual real problem? What is this length represents? 20 centimeter represents what?
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
Yes, 10 kilometers. So we are doing this line into 10 equal parts means each part will be in actual 1 kilometer,
1
right?
kilometer.
Kilometer.
So yeah, that is very important. Okay, 1 kilometer. Forget about 20 centimeter, whatever you have calculated. Okay, but you have to take exactly 20 centimeter line. But in your mind, you need to keep the concept like this 20 centimeter in actual in the real uh, problem, it is representing 10 kilometers, right? So after doing 10 equal parts, each part will be 1 kilometer. So you need to remember that one. So how many equal arcs I need to draw? 10 equal arcs. Then you can construct one rectangular box, and also you can name the first part, leaving first part, you can name it as 1 0 1 2 3 like that. Okay, now to the left right hand side of 0 mark, I have 9 parts, 9 kilometers. Okay, so what about the 10th kilometer? I have kept intentionally to the left hand side of 0 mark because I need to subdivide it again. Okay, then is it any, is it clear or any doubts till now? Because this is common for both plane scale as well as diagonal scale up to this. Okay, any doubt till now? Okay, please respond then. Okay, yeah. So here importantly you need to write RF value compulsory just below the diagram by drawing some horizontal 5 mm lines with the capital letters you can write. So right hand side all main unit, that is kilometer. Left hand side, as you said, right, 1 kilometer. How many hectometers, right? 10. So I have written hectometer left hand side. Okay, but we are missing decameter, right? So to represent decameter also, this concept has come. That is diagonal scale. We need to construct. Okay. So what is the next step is, you need to take some rectangular box. Now here you see I have taken a little bit uh, width of the rectangle compared to the plane scale more. Okay, so you can choose this height 4 or 5 centimeter. Again, there is no uh, any technical importance for that value. You can take 40 mm or 50 mm or 4 or 5 centimeters. Okay, so we need to distinguish plane scale with diagonal scale. I am choosing some height 4 or 5 centimeter height. And one more thing is, we need to represent decameters. The next subunit of hectometer is decameter. Okay, and there is a relation between hectometer and decameter, right? So we need to show decameters. For that reason, I have taken this particular height. Okay. So in case of plane scale, what is the height of this rectangular box? In case of plane scale, how much we have taken?
20 mm.
3?
20 mm.
20 mm, okay, or 30 mm also you can take. Now, what I am saying, in case of diagonal scale, you can choose 40 mm or 50 mm height, okay. Now, the next important step is, you draw some vertical lines, okay. So, there are 10 equal parts on the scale, right? So, each part will represent 1 kilometer, right? Now, we have left one part to the left hand side of 0 mark, right? So, now we need to apply the concept of diagonal scale. Now, here what you have to do is to understand the diagonal scale. First, what is the relation between kilometer and its subunit hectometer? 10. So first divide this first part into 10 equal parts as usual, okay, by taking 10 equal arcs, okay, on the inclined line. Okay, now join that last arc to the 0 line, match your mini drafter scale to that line, draw parallel lines, okay. That okay, now you got this first part into 10 equal parts because 1 kilometer equal to 10 hectometers, okay. Now earlier we supposed to draw vertical lines, right, from these points, okay, but in this case in the diagonal scale don't do that, okay. What you have to do is just observe here what I am doing. You got 9 lines, right, from 0 line, okay. So carefully observe what is I am drawing on the whiteboard. See, the first important thing is you are having so many parallel lines from 0 line, right? You take the first parallel line and that parallel line you got one point here somewhere, and from that point you simply join to the 0 on the line, okay, here like this, okay. Actually this is the diagonal line, okay. So parallel to that line you need to draw remaining lines. Earlier in case of plane scale we supposed to draw vertical lines, okay, but in case of diagonal scale what you have to do is you supposed to draw one inclined line from the first point, first parallel line, and join that point to 0 on the ground line, okay. Now match your mini drafter scale to that particular line and draw parallel lines to that one. So these are the diagonal lines, okay. Now here each, again you can see here each division represents again 1 hectometer only. So here you see from 0, this is the first hectometer, second hectometer, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hectometer last, okay. That means we got 10 equal divisions. Each represents 1 hectometer. So in this way you need to draw these hectometer lines. So what about decameter? Okay, so to represent decameter also in the given scale, okay, we already taken this height 4 or 5 centimeter, right? Again this height we need to divide into equal number of parts. Okay, now the relation between hectometer and decameter you need to see. So again you are having chart, right? Division, unit conversion chart. What is the relation between hectometer and decameter? You see. Don't blindly divide again all the times 10 times, okay. So the relation you have to see. Hectometer equal to how many decameters? Anybody?
10.
10. Okay, now you draw one angular line as usual, okay. Because this height we are dividing, right? You can take somewhere here one angular line, okay. So again on it take 10 equal arcs, right? Okay. Now last arc we need to join to the other end of that vertical height. We are now dividing this vertical height, right? We have taken already 40 or 50 centimeter, 50 mm. This height we need to divide 10 parts. So first you draw one angular line of any angle, right? You take set your compass, any radius, cut 10 equal arcs on this particular line. Last arc you need to join to the other end of the height. Okay, you can take 40 mm or 50 mm, nothing wrong. Okay, both are, if you take 40, somebody will take 50, again both will get the same answer. Okay, no change. Now mark these numbers. You can give numbering system from bottom to top. Somewhere here you need to give 1 decameter, 2 decameter, okay, 3 decameter, like that. You have to give the numbering system from bottom to top. Okay, now the question is you can go back to the problem. What is to be marked on the scale? Some kilometers, some hectometers, and some decameters, right? Any value in between 10 kilometer range. Okay, so before that, the last important step is you draw horizontal lines from 0 decameter, 1 decameter, 2 decameter, 3, 4, 5, and all. You draw simply horizontal lines. Okay, now you can able to mark any value with help of this diagonal scale. Okay, over. The construction is over. The scale is ready to measure any value in the range of 10 kilometer. Okay, and you can even relate the relation between kilometer, hectometer, and decameter also. Okay. Now, what is the problem given? You can see you need to mark a distance of 7 kilometers, 5 hectometers, and 6 decameters. So 7, 5, 6. Note down. So go back to the constructed scale. So this is the scale we have constructed already. Okay. Now, anybody can tell me how to mark 7 kilometer and 5 hectometer and 6 decameter? Can you guess? No idea? So we already taken kilometer main unit to the right hand side of 0 mark, right? There is no confusion. Okay, directly you can mark 7 directly by drawing one vertical line here. Okay, now if you find out one more point, so you can simply, the distance between those 2 points will be the required answer. Okay, now kilometer is over. Now how to mark 5 hectometer and 6 decameter? Can you guess?
0.5 kilometers is here.
Uh, any other answer? See here, hectometer lines are inclined lines here, right? Decameter lines are horizontal. Okay, whenever you need to mark some hectometer versus decameter, what you supposed to do? You need to take the hectometer inclined line, just go along with that line and draw horizontal line from the required 6th decameter. So these two lines will meet at a point. Okay, that point you need to highlight. Okay, that is the required point. So we got one point here and one more point at 7 kilometer. So the distance between these two will be the required answer. So once again, you check up what is the given problem. You're asking 7 kilometer, 5 hectometer, and 6 decameters, right? So can you mark on the given scale? 7, 5, 6. Okay. So 7, right hand side of 0 mark, you take your drafter, you draw one vertical line at 7th. Here, you just draw one vertical line at the 7th line. Okay, so that is known to be the extension line to insert the dimension line. Okay, at 7 you need to draw one vertical line. Now thereafter, the intersection of 5th hectometer and 6th decameter, you need to search for that. Okay, you need to go by 5th hectometer. You go parallel to that inclined line, go along that line. Okay, and 6th decameter will be somewhere here. You draw one horizontal line. So these two lines, this 5th line and 6th line, 6th horizontal line, 5th inclined line, these two will meet at this particular point somewhere here. You draw one vertical line from that point. That is the second extension line to accommodate the dimension line. Okay, now please carefully observe. Now, is it visible to you? I am showing you 7 kilometer, 5 hectometer, 6 decameter. Okay, so this is the 5th hectometer line and this is the 6th decameter line. These two will meet at this point. Okay, so the distance between these 2 points will be the required answer: 7 kilometer, 5 hectometer and 6 decameter. So is there any doubt? Please raise, then I will discuss. Anyone?
No doubt.
Okay, so here, remember here the relation between kilometer, hectometer and decameter is given. Sometimes yards, foot and inches may be given. Okay, at the time. Okay, the procedure line division, number of parts to be divided, such issues will change. Okay, otherwise the rest of the procedure is same. Okay, so if it is given in terms of 1 kilometer, mile, furlongs, okay, any 3 consecutive units may be given to construct a diagonal scale. Now I would like to ask you a few questions. What is the difference between plane scale and diagonal scale? So with the help of plane scale, what we can measure, with the help of diagonal scale, what we can measure. Okay, have I identified any difference?
You can measure units with diagonal scale.
Yeah, please speak louder. I am unable to hear you.
You can measure 3 units with diagonal scale.
Yeah, simultaneously we can measure 3 units. Okay, one is main unit, its subunit and its subunit. Okay, so 3 consecutive units we can measure. What about the plane scale? Can't we measure 3 units? Can we measure with plane scale all these 3 units, kilometer, hectometer and decameter? Can we use the plane scale for that?
Not simultaneously.
No, sir.
Not possible. Okay, very good. Okay, so that is the major difference between plane scale and diagonal scale. So you need to remember the chart. Okay, always don't think that only the relation between kilometer, hectometer and decameter will be given in the exams. Okay, you will be given kilo instead of this relation, you will be given like kilometer. Uh, then there is a other unit like kilometer, miles, furlongs. Okay, I have given you some chart. At the time, So don't divide the first part again 10 parts and the vertical height 10 parts. You need to see the relation between kilometer and mile, okay, and furlong, okay. And if the problem is given in terms of yards, foot and inch, okay, again the relations between yard and foot and inch will be changing, right? Accordingly, you need to divide, okay. Uh, what is the other any major differences between plane and diagonal scales you have observed? You can tell. If you find any major difference, you can tell. In the construction procedure, at least, can you tell me in the construction procedure, is there any major change?
Height of the scale increase.
Height of the scale, we have taken little bit more height to represent the third unit. Okay. Yeah. Is there any other changes? Is there any change in calculating representative fraction, length of the scale? Is there any change in the calculations
Also,
compared to the plane scale and diagonal scale? No. Very good. There is no absolutely no differences. Okay. If it is a volume problem, you need to take RF cubic root. If it's area problem, take square root. Okay. If it's a simply length problem, you take simply drawing size by actual size without any square root or cubic root. Okay. Calculation part, there is absolutely no difference. But construction wise, okay, in case of diagonal scale, we need to take more height to represent the third unit on the scale. And you need to remember the relation between main unit, subunit, and its subunit. That you need to remember carefully. In this way, you can able to construct any given problem. I have posted one important material. There you will find some 4 marks questions, 10 marks questions. Okay. There you will find so many other problems. You all of you please try to solve them at home. Okay. Those are known to be the homework for you. Okay. You need not submit since we are whatever I am teaching in the class. You can submit those practice problems. Remaining problems, excess problem given in the manual, okay, or observation book. Okay, I have already posted. There you will find so many other problems. You can practice them at home for your extra practice work. Okay. Any doubts, you can come for the next class with specific doubts. Okay. Yeah, is it clear? Any doubt as far as diagonal scale is concerned?
also,
Okay, can you answer any problem like this?
yes,
Okay, now, so I would like to take attendance. So we are having class up to 10 or 10:10.